Okay, so the sound was really good this morning. I'm going to try it again. Oddly enough, as an electrician, this is reminding me of making up a control panel, one wire at a time. Only the situation is one strap at a time. Using my brush that I talked about, I'm going in and I'm finding that old original strap and depositing a little baby shovel full of glue on top of that strap, trying to not touch the leather. And I can do that for a few. I did comfortably 8 a few minutes ago, but I fumbled around a little bit. So I'm just going to do 3 here, just as a sample. So there's as a journeyman teaching apprentices, I emphasize a lot that you don't go into autopilot. You analyze what you're doing. Think of the process. Think your way through it. And I've developed a phrase I call, takes 2 or 20 times to figure out the best way to do something. And I'll be damned if that's not true more times than not. So I've deposited that bit of glue on there. I had mentioned earlier that I use a tweaker. This is precision screwdriver. Call it a tweaker. I bring down the strap, going to travel it up to where I can grab it with the screwdriver and find the back of that dowel, the face of it, of the dowel that's closest to us. And I'm dragging the bridle strap down the dowel, forcing it in between the dowel and the leather with the old strap in front of it. Just getting, several weaves, so to speak, deep on the strap, tucked back in there, and then I'm pushing the original strap into contact with the brand new bridle strap. So they should fuse together. I should be anchored down in the crevice behind it with pressure. And then I'll do one more. And then the added anchoring of fusing those two, the old and the new, together. Just take your time, finding the dowel as the guide to go down into my little glue puddle. Capture the old. So this is at least the second iteration of bridle straps, because up in there is the original bridle straps, and the original assembly is part of the glue and inserting that dowel into the whipping, I think is what they call it, or the hammer butt is what they call that part. And then another thing that, let's see, I'm going to peek and see what you see. Yeah, you can see it. Fingernail file, drill. I use that to polish these wires, and they slipped off really easy. So it takes a little time, but polishing that, I would like to get it a little bit more pointed, but most important was getting that corrosion off, because that corrosion was fighting me. It was kind of fused on the old bridle strap ends. I'll show you one. So hardened, a little bit crunchy, and the corrosion that was on there was just enough friction to make it unsatisfactory how much tension I was putting on it on the wires. I didn't want to put that much tension. So now I've got 2 of them done. I'm going to tap it around a little bit. Got 1 more to do. Let's do that. Oh yeah, I highly recommend Ghoul Friends Forever by Giddy Janeshvari while you're doing this. And down below, underneath the stickers, which is the lower part of the action that actually interfaces with the key itself, is a Betty Crocker cookbook and the old school red cover Betty Crocker cookbook that I learned how to cook. Not this one. The one I learned on got moldy and thrown away, but I ordered another one because this is my childhood Betty Crocker. Old school. Before all the Betty Crocker mixes. And then Merdula Beljekar's Curry Lovers Cookbook. Those 2 stacked on top of each other gave me a height that I was happy with for getting the stickers, because this travel here is going to be important when I go to put the straps on. Okay, the last thing I want to mention is that I don't want these straps glued to the dowel. So I'm going to go back in with whatever it takes to, this is long, I just ran out of length. So improvise. I have found these chopsticks very useful. So I'll go in and gently pull the strap away from the dowel. And it can set up. Let's see. Of course I want them to be the same slackness. It doesn't have to be. So if I want to do the same slackness, let me drop my, just because I want it pretty. Making up a control panel. You want to dress your wires in nice. Okay, there's your amateur hour installation of bridle straps.